Hello, very much welcome here to a brand new week, and as you can see already from the studio light, we are going into a positive week here. Let me just adjust my microphone here. Yeah, so I'm super much excited for the brand new week because we have first, let me explain you the thumbnail and the title. Elon Musk did it again, right? I mean, he just launched the very first big crew mission to the ISS with 4 astronauts. You remember the first Crew Dragon mission was with 2 astronauts. It was like the test mission, and now they launched successfully just a couple of hours ago the next mission, which is, you know, a historic point into space travel. So he did it again. Nothing else expected by him and his team. Obviously, even though he is sick, he I think tweeted a heart. So it's fantastic, guys. It's just amazing that these private companies are doing so great, and space is being basically explored more and more as industry, and this is absolutely insane. So let's have a look into the market real quick, okay? Because the market looks fantastic. The futures are up. The S&P 500 is up almost 1 percentage point. Dow future is up 1 percentage point. Nasdaq as well. Russell also. Oil is up. Everything looks great and positive this morning. So this is obviously very interesting. And then I would like to go into the earnings. Because we have a couple of earnings that are upcoming. So, for example, with the first one this morning will be GD, one of the biggest e-commerce company from China. Will show us how they are doing in the next couple or in the last couple of weeks and months. It's expected to be interesting. Obviously, they also had the huge push by the digitalization that the health crisis were heading to, and this will be an interest of a few couple of investors, right? Then we have obviously our second channel. Make sure to smash that subscribe button and ring the bell. There's content every single day on the second channel as well, so don't miss that. Then we have a huge deal, guys, trade deal from China and 14 other Asia Pacific countries that entered into the agreement of regional comprehensive economic partnership, or RCEP, over the weekend, which is huge, guys, and which signals or which sends a signal actually to the Western world to say, we are very strong Asia, right? What US did with the trade deal is obviously was a sign to show, you know, we have power. We are one of the biggest importers in the whole world, right? USA, very strong purchasing power. And I think, you know, this was just a trigger as well to see, okay, guys, we should go into our region, Asia, and talk with each other, even though it's different cultures, different languages, and so on and so forth. Because, you know, you have countries like Malaysia, Vietnam, China. You know, you have then the other countries like, for example, Thailand. So, you know, all of those Asian countries can have an interesting trade agreement, and they just did this. So I think that's a positive sign for the Asia market and the Asia overall coming together a little bit closer. And you know, this is just happening, and I'm interesting how the euro now will react, because, you know, the euro has now an issue, image issue, as well as, you know, a trade or agreement side challenge with the UK, for example, right? So they would need to make arrangements, so they are showing that even though UK left the European Union with the Brexit, right? It's interesting to see how those relationships are still going to be maintained. So, yeah, that's from that standpoint. And you know, obviously Huawei are saying that they hope that under the President Biden there will be some new and better relationships in terms of in terms of let's say the overall 5G network outcome, because as you know, I personally I used 5G here in the Emirates, and I have to say it's pretty impressive, but the coverage is obviously still very you know low. So you don't have, just in a very main areas you would have 5G, and also it's not like, it's like 70% or sometimes just 50% of the speed that it could have, right? So it's interesting concept. It's very fast still, but yeah, the 5G network will be something very impressive when it's everywhere or almost everywhere, like 4G. So yeah, and the question will be who will be building these towers. In the US, there is obviously, you know, Verizon helping the US to cover it, but Huawei is a huge player into that. So I'm quite interested if Biden will allow Huawei to build, you know, a 5G network in those areas. So I'm super excited how this will be played under the new president. Then let's have a look into the earnings. We have Monday Palo Alto Networks, for example. Tuesday Walmart, Neo will be reporting Tuesday, which will be quite interesting. Then Wednesday we have Nvidia. Thursday we have Macy's, Workday, and Friday we have Foot Locker. Right, Foot Locker is, you know, as you can see, the overall week is a little bit heavy on retail, so we will know a little bit more about the healthiness of the American consumer, right? With Walmart, with Target, with Macy's, with Foot Locker. So this will give us an interesting you know, look on those consuming behaviors. And then I think, yeah, Nvidia as well as Neo are these two technology stocks that, you know, everyone want to be part of. So I'm quite interested how this will work out. And let's have a look into the full calendar here, because also internationally we have a quite interesting earnings. So we have Monday, we have Vodafone, GD, Tyson Food, Palo Alto, we have Baidu. What else do we have? We have Imperial Brands on Tuesday, EasyJet, Home Depot, the mentioned retail stocks. Then we will have on Wednesday Target, TGX companies. We will have L Brands, Nvidia. Then we have on Thursday, what is here interesting? Yeah, Macy's, we talked about that. And Friday, Foot Locker. Okay, so yeah, it's like the last earnings from, or just, you know, the last couple of earnings that are being brought to the market while we are fading out of this quarter earnings season, which was quite interesting. Yeah, so let's talk about further what's going on the markets. We talked about Huawei, we talked about the trade deal, and what is very important this week, guys, is there will be some more vaccine news, okay? And this will be very important because as more and more vaccine news we will have, and we are expecting this week definitely Moderna coming up with, you know, some interesting facts, how the efficacy of this vaccine will work, as well as how many they can produce, you know, how they will make the transportation challenge. Because, for example, the Pfizer vaccine need to be stored very cold, which is obviously a challenge into the distribution overall in the whole world. And also we should have soon also news about the Johnson & Johnson late stage corona vaccine studies, which will take a little bit longer to give us, but definitely the focus will be on Moderna. So maybe in the next couple of hours we will know a little bit more about Moderna vaccine news. So exciting, guys. Moreover, local news, Emirates, you know, the airline from Dubai, is actually trying to help those companies to transport those vaccine doses everywhere in the world, because again, the challenge is here for the Pfizer vaccine, for example, to storage is very, very cold, right? So this is quite a challenge for Emirates, and yeah, and they are trying to absolutely, you know, help as one of the biggest airlines with a huge logistics, you know how they will try to found solution to these problems for the whole world and humanity, which is a fantastic endeavor. Just, you know, the exact temperature. It needs to be, for example, for the Pfizer vaccine, to be stored at minus 100 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 70 degrees Celsius. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. Have a lovely day. Subscribe, ring the bell, and thumb up this video. Make sure to follow my second channel, and I come later out with my daily vlog, obviously, so stay tuned, and have a lovely day, lovely start into Monday, and yeah, stay safe and healthy.